So I recently hopped back onto Sonic Frontiers after a long hiatus, only to be reminded of why I took a break from this game in the first place. Over a year had passed and the cyberspace level 1-2 was still giving me some problems. This appears very early in the game and typically you would assume each event you do gets progressively harder towards the mid and end game activities. But no, this level was a straight curveball that I don't think many people saw coming, as it appears so early on in the first island you visit. Now for anyone who hasn't played or seen Sonic Frontiers gameplay before, each cyberspace level has 4 challenges, with one granting you a key which helps with progressing the game. The key isn't tied to one specific challenge, but for this one you had to S rank the level to receive it, and my goodness, the S rank was tough. Now this key isn't that important, so I really don't have to do this. You can acquire keys from other cyberspace levels, exploring the world, or fishing, but recently I've been doing a lot more trophy hunting, so I've got into a habit of wanting to complete everything at the cost of my sanity. To get this key you need to beat the level in under 55 seconds. It's straightforward, but doing the event for the first time makes it feel impossible. My last and best attempt over a year ago was 59 seconds, so I was a little bit off. Let's see how my first attempt 1 year later went. Okay, 1 minute and 3 seconds. Having not played Sonic in a while, this was expected. I made quite a lot of mistakes during this run, and this slowly crept into the next few attempts I did. With the cyberspace levels, speed is everything, so you have to decide whether the high or low ground is better, and decide whether spring usage and homing attacks are necessary as well. In this instance, the high ground wasn't doing me any favors at all. I initially took this route because jumping through the red rings seemed to give me a faster start, but the aftermath led me to spending more time in the air, which only slows me down in return. The springs have also become a bit more of an obstruction, as the little animation propels you onto a specific path in a specific direction, which again only slows you down even more. Rage quit! So attempt 2 was more of the same. Attempt 3 though, I made a bit of an improvement. I did get stuck at the start here, but managed to stay high, which cut off 3 to 4 seconds halfway through the run. I also managed to avoid all the unnecessary springs, and somehow I ended up matching my record of 59.09 seconds. Had I not been stuck, it could have been 56 or 57, but I still got a ways to go before beating that S rank time. By attempt 4, I'd already started losing my patience. If I felt like a run was too slow, I would just restart instead of seeing it through to the end. Rage quit! Run 5 seemed a little better, but towards the end I started missing essential jumps, so I had to restart there as well. Rage quit! Attempt 6 and 7, I was just far too slow once again, and by run 8, I fell off the map completely, which made me rage quit and temporarily leave the cyberspace level. Rage quit! But I hadn't given up just yet. For the next 5 to 10 minutes I went AFK and started looking for YouTube videos on this, and lo and behold, this mission is indeed a pain in the ass, and I'm so glad I wasn't the only one struggling. I found YT Sunny's video and I instantly saw a couple things I could do differently. Firstly, a fairly obvious one is skipping the entire homing attack section here with all the robots. Just like with the springs, homing attacks, although cool to execute, they do slow you down a bit as well, so in Sunny's video he skipped this entire section by boosting over to the left and homing on the balloons instead. I can already see that as a major time saver. Also, a bit further back towards the start is a rail grind that pulls you to the left. Now it's no contest that rails are faster than running, so I don't know why I wasn't using this to begin with either. I've been so focused on the high ground, this level has made me realize it's not necessarily the fastest route, even if you are avoiding all the potential hazards on the ground. Also, I noticed that Sunny was spam boosting instead of holding it down, so I definitely made sure to try this too. I guess it maintains an infinite boost of sorts. Towards the end, the red rings go going towards the left hand side seem optimal, and lastly at the start there's a spring where you take the high ground, but I found this a bit difficult to avoid, so I decided to firm it with that for now and see if I can make up for time with other changes I can make later in the run. So in sum, as long as I avoid springs, use more rails, spam boost and avoid homing attacks on bots entirely, I should be fine.
Agreed.
Okay, so whilst attempt 9 was my best one yet, the inner rage I felt was unimaginable since I was 3/10 off. So close. The run cut off at the start there, but as you could see I used the spring which slowed me down, but the use of the railing and skipping the whole homing attack section seemed to put things in my favour. However, at the end I did go off course slightly, which is debatable as to whether that cost me the run or not, but either way I still lost. Let's go again.
Rage quit! Rage quit! Mi bombo! Rage quit! Rage quit! Mi bombo! Rage quit! Rage quit!
Okay, despite the changes I made and the back half of the level appearing near perfect, I was still slow, so I had a gander at the comments for some ideas, and someone said to just ignore the red rings at the start and stay low. Despite it appearing to make you faster, the spring afterwards is cancelling that out entirely, so it makes sense. I was stubborn and wanted this route to work but needed some form of an adjustment, so I stayed low this time.
Hey, what's going on?
I did it. Mwah!
And there we have it, ladies and gentlemen. After 20 attempts this year and however many I did last year, probably 30 runs or so, plus a few adjustments to my runs along the way, I managed to S-rank the Cyberspace level 1-2 in around 45 to 50 attempts, with a time of 52.74 seconds. Not bad with just over 2 seconds of leeway. Since completing this, the other Cyberspace levels haven't been nearly as bad, and I don't think there'll be a harder one than this. I guess we'll see when I eventually finish the game, although it's not going to be anytime soon since I spent so long on this level. I feel like I need another break. I have beat the main boss of Cronus Island though, so I have made a bit of progress, but as common and cringy as this may sound, persistence is key. As much as I wanted to drive my head through a brick wall, I still kept trying, and with a bit of patience, we got the S rank. A big thank you to Sunny for the video guide and CMoonPZV for the low ground suggestion, and of course the dozens of comments in the video that made me laugh. I hope you guys enjoyed. It's been Dre, take care and see you next time.